Okay, I've got another Spanish language song that I wanted to share. This particular one came to me tonight when I was trying to think of different, maybe a song that I wanted to do, or not really reaction to, but like a commentary on or something like that. And so this one came to my mind. It just so happened that it was another Spanish language one. I have always liked this song. It's called El Taxista by Los Dinnos Aurios. Don't know if I said that exactly right. But anyway, the name of the song is The Taxi Driver, like the taxi driver, basically. And it's another one of those sad songs that doesn't quite fit with the music, just like the song by MacLeod that I did a few days ago that has like a tune that sounds a little kind of peppy, but the words don't match that. It's quite sad. And this one is also kind of sad. Not quite as sad as El Reloj Cucú, but still kind of sad. So I'm going to play bits and pieces of it and stop at, every so often, so I don't have a huge amount to translate all at once. But this video, this comes from their actual official YouTube channel, but it looks like it was, honestly, I don't know if this is actually their official music video, or if this was just a video made of an appearance that they had on a, like, let's say a show, a Mexican TV show, show where the people come and sing. I'm not sure. Can't tell. Quality is not the absolute best because I believe this song was like from back in the 90s, maybe. I don't think it's as old as the 80s. Back in the 90s. So just kind of bear with the quality. I will leave a link to it in the description. There's also another place where they have this particular video on a third-party YouTube channel, but that particular one is mixed with other performances, and it's the very first thing they show, but the video itself is 9-some minutes long, and it's slightly better quality as far as the image, but I just went with their actual video on their own channel because that's typically what I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead with this. Start it. Catchy music, right? Doesn't sound like it'd be a sad song.
Saben, tuve tantos trabajos. Fui lavaplatos, mesero y cocinero, peón y albañil, ayudante de mecánica, un mil usos cualquiera. Pero ahora les quiero contar de cuando era taxista. Un día, un joven me abordó y me dijo.
Okay, so this is like the little intro. Not really. He's not really singing. He's just telling the story. So basically what he says is, I had a lot of jobs. I was a dishwasher, a waiter, and a cook. And then he says a word called peon, which means pawn, but I'm not sure what he means by that. I don't know if it means he works in a pawn shop or if he was just a pawn for some. I have no clue. It might just be an idiom. I don't know, honestly. Maybe somebody knows Spanish. Maybe you guys can tell me. I could ask my husband when I think of it, but sometimes I don't remember. And then he says he was a bricklayer and he was a mechanic's helper. And then there's another phrase, I'm not exactly sure what this means, where he says, un mil usos cualquiera, pero ahora, like, I don't know, 1,000 something, whatever, but now I don't know what that expression means. But basically, I think what it means, what I sort of gather is that, like, he did 1,000 things, something like that. That's what I take from it. I might be wrong. But he says, but now I want to tell you about when I was a taxi driver. One day, a young man, he like approached me, or he got in my car and he said, and then that's where it's going to lead into the song.
Hey, chofer, písele al gas, tanto sin verla ya no aguanto más. Párese, por favor, flores para mi amor.
Okay, so what he says is the young man says to him when he gets into the taxi, hey, chauffeur, like, hey, chauffeur, step on the gas. It's been so long since I've seen her and I can't take it anymore. Like, I can't support it. Just can't handle it anymore. Stop, please. I'm going to buy flowers for my love. And so here we go into the chorus now.
Y fui manejando a su mando y él cantando. Seguí, sí, manejando y él silbando con sus flores.
Okay, so the chorus says, and I went driving at his command, or, according to what he said, and he's singing, and I continue, driving, driving, and he's whistling with his flowers. So now we go on to the next verse. Well, a little bit of stuff in between.
En cuanto llegamos a la dirección, me dijo que lo esperara y corrió a buscarla. Después de unos minutos, aquel león que llevaba yo de pasajero regresó convertido en el más pequeño ratón y me dijo.
Okay, stopping here. So this part he says, and when we arrived at the address, he told me to wait and he ran to go find her. Like he ran in the house to go find her. After a few minutes, that lion that I had been carrying as a passenger, he returned, changed into the smallest mouse, or something like that, and he told me, and he said to me, and now we go into the next portion.
Hey, chofer, dele otra vez. Me equivoqué, esta calle no es. Le pregunté, dígame a qué lugar. Respondió, lejos de aquí, vaya sin preguntar.
Okay, so this part, what happens is he says, hey, chauffeur, like drive again. And I was mistaken. This is not the street. And the taxi driver says, I asked him, tell me like which place, where do you want me to go to? And he answered, far from here, just go without asking.
Y fui manejando y él llorando con sus flores. Seguí manejando y él tirando lindas flores.
Okay, so this part of the chorus is they change the chorus up a little bit as the story progresses. And here he says, and I went driving and he is crying with his flowers. I continue driving and he's throwing out the pretty flowers, the nice flowers. And I think the rest of it is just a continuation of that.
Y fui manejando y él llorando
Poor guy.
con sus flores. Sí,
And that's the end of it. So it's a little sad story. You don't really know. So, this guy comes and he's obviously come back from somewhere, or he hasn't seen his love in a long time. And, he's so happy and excited to see her. And, let's come on, taxi driver, take me. It's been so long since I've seen her. And then, okay, they're going and, oh, wait, stop. I want to go get some flowers, and you can just see the picture in your mind of this very excited young man, because he calls him un joven, so he's a young man. And he's going to the house. He goes in the house, and then he comes back, and he's just like completely different. Everything has changed. You don't know what happened when he went into the house. You don't know if he found her with another man, or if he goes in and they have a talk and they break up, or she breaks up with him, or whatever. I have a feeling, this is what I think happened, is that I think he went in and found her with somebody else, saw that she was in another relationship now. Because I have a feeling if he'd gone in and she had broken up with him, that situation would have taken longer than just a few minutes, because in the song it said, like after a few minutes. So he wasn't in there very long. And things just changed just like that. And he comes out, he's just all sad, and he's crying, and he's throwing the flowers out of the taxi as they're driving away. And just, where do you want me to go? The taxi driver says, far away from here. Go on without asking. So it's kind of just a sad little sad story that this taxi driver is telling about one of his passengers. And I've always liked this song. This is, I think, the only song of theirs that I'm really familiar with, actually. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly do not know any of their other music. It's just this song stuck with me because of the story. If I had no clue what in the world it was about, it would have just gone, right over my head, and I would have forgotten all about it. But because of the story, I never forgot. See, I'm all about stories. It's all stories, I love stories. I don't always like sad stories, but I don't mind sad stories in a song, because that can really emotionally move you, and it doesn't last too long like a movie does. That's terribly sad. So anyway, that was just another song I wanted to share with you guys, and I can't think of anything else to add to this particular video, so I'm going to wrap it up. Maybe go check out a video or something. All right, you guys. Bye.